showed up yesterday for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
7 runs in a win over the Angels. Cantillo picked up his 3rd win of the season. And Patrick Bailey did not play, but the Guardians did make their trade over the weekend. What did you think about the Guardians? I don't want to say big performance, but an impressive win over the Angels.
The Angels is nasty. Angels is nasty. Listen, when a medium baseball guy calls your team nasty, that means you're definitely not good, because that means it's very evident. And Mike Trout just been there forever, and it's just like, man, dude, you just wasted your whole life in Anaheim or Los Angeles, wherever you guys are at. But no, I thought the Guardians did a good job. Disappointing series, the previous series against the Twins. Couldn't get any runs, but it's good to see those. Every time that happens to the Guardians, you think, could you spread that out a little bit? Can you get 7? Can you give me 3.5 today and then 3.5 tomorrow? But I think the big thing is, though, Jason, is the Patrick Bailey signing. And people are confused. Maybe you can drop some knowledge on it, because it looks like you gave up first-round talent. You gave up a lot of different things. Tugboat is a guy, they like him in his name with a little bit. But in general, you got a guy that is the same as Bo Naylor when it comes, if you just look at the numbers at the plate.
Yeah, but he's not, Bo. He's better defensively.
Yeah.
Jay and Adam both don't like this trade. I'd side more on I'm going to give the Guardians the benefit of the doubt because they've earned it, and they are leaning into a strength, and they're making a strength stronger on the pitching staff, because Bailey is one of the best defensive catchers in baseball, maybe the best defensive catcher in baseball. Excellent at pitch framing, excellent at throwing guys out. And, Jay and I had the discussion yesterday where he felt like pitch framing isn't as important as it once was because of ABS. I would argue it's still important. I probably tend to agree it maybe has lost a little bit, but you can miss twice on challenges, and then you're out of challenges.
Right.
And then pitch framing is as valuable as it ever was. So I think that the Guardians know that this is a team built on the back of its pitching staff, and if you can get a catcher to help make a strength stronger, then you do it. I don't think that the price was all that exorbitant. I know everybody loves Tugboat and loves the story of Tugboat, but he's not really a top prospect within the Guardian system. I think the pick was more valuable than the player, and certainly a 29th overall pick is nothing to mock. But if you can find a catcher who's going to save you a couple of runs over the course of time, it's worth it. So I'm willing to give it a chance. I don't love the fact he can't hit either. It does feel like you're trading one catcher who can't hit for another, but the Guardians are telling you they don't care about offense out of that spot because they're confident that they can get enough out of the other 8. Now, in the past, that has not been the case. We'll see as this year goes on if they can get more production from some of the spots that have been lacking elsewhere. But I get the idea of teaming Bailey with Hedges. Obviously, Hedges is having a better year offensively than he's had in the past, but Austin can't be your everyday catcher. So if you pair these guys together, you send Bo down to Arizona, they're going to rework him. He's not even going into minor league games. They're going to overhaul his swing and everything, all of his mechanics. And we'll see. So I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on this.
Yeah, I mean, I immediately translated as they're just done with Bo Naylor.
Yeah.
At least temporarily, and obviously how his season's gone, that would back that up. But I also think they must have really liked Patrick Bailey, and that's why I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, too. They looked at a Giants organization that's off to an awful start.
Yeah.
They were willing to move a guy. The Guardians must have had him highly regarded and said, now's our chance to make the move, because it came out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
We're only 7 weeks into the season on a Saturday morning, and you're making this move. So I don't know, G. If you can only score 3.5 runs a game, then sometimes you got to do things to make sure you're keeping the other team to 2.
But when you listen to Stephen Vogt, and he kind of talked about the decision to go get Patrick Bailey, it kind of seems like, how much do you put into it that he is a catcher and he understands from his mind state how important catching is to the pitching staff, and that's kind of one of the Guardians, that's where they hang their hat on, is pitching, and the defensive analytics behind getting a guy like this, it puts you in an elite level behind the plate. Do you think because Stephen Vogt, it comes at it from a perspective where he's a manager who used to be a catcher, that this was something that he kind of
well, I
championed?
I think he understands the nuance of the position, certainly. I don't think he was the driving force behind the trade. I just think the Guardians as an organization very much value defensive play at that. That's one of the spots, maybe the most important spot, where you have to be elite defensively, where they want to be elite defensively, because again, they're built around their pitching staff. And in Hedges and in Bailey now, you have two of the best defensive catchers in all of baseball. So if you're kind of right. If you're going to score 3 or 4 runs, you better hold them to 1 or 2. And a defensive catcher can go a long way in getting you borderline calls and throwing guys out and limiting the run game on the opposing team. So I don't think Vogt was probably pounding the table saying, "Go get me Patrick Bailey," but I think he understands, having played that spot, the importance of it and what they're trying to get out of it.
Yeah, well, McNuggets, we'll see. Catchers are not very sexy, especially if they don't hit. You know what else is not very sexy? Defensive tackles. Malik Collins was injured last year. Before he got injured, he was cooking with gas. What is the expectation level, and do you think he'll come back ready to go to lead the Browns defense? We'll come back and talk about it on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.